Yo, what's happening, Atlanta Bird Gang? It's your boy Toddy Jones here. Just came today to rap with you real quick. Want to touch once again on the quarterback situation. As far as our rookie Desmond Ridder goes. And before I get started, I really would like everybody to like the video if you don't mind. That's just a YouTube thing, you know. Once the video starts to get likes, then YouTube push the video out to more places, more impressions, more views. So do me a favor, just like the video, please, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and that way you're notified anytime we drop a new video. Now, getting to the topic at hand, let's discuss Desmond Ridder once again. Now, this is a personal opinion. Personally, I don't think that Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith drafted Desmond Ridder purposely and intentionally to be the quote-unquote next franchise quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, to be a 10 to 16 year starter for the Falcons under their administration. Now, what I mean by that, I don't think when they went into these locker rooms and had secret conversations about the direction of the franchise the next 3 to 7 years, and they started talking about players and personnels and what they wanted to do, what direction they wanted to go. I don't think they had in mind that they would draft a quarterback in the third round, Desmond Ridder, and he would be that guy. He would be the next Michael Vick of the Atlanta Falcons. He would be the next Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons. I don't really think in modern day football, modern day NFL football specifically, I don't think there is any GM slash head coach, especially new GMs, Terry Fontenot, especially new head coaches, Arthur Smith. I don't think there are any GMs, head coaches that are going to take a quarterback in the third round with the plans of him being their guy for the next 10 years, the next 12 years. I just, and that's again, this is my personal opinion. I don't think no GM, no head coach does that. And I don't think Terry and I don't think Arthur had that in mind when they got Desmond Ridder. Now, I do feel like they do want to give him an opportunity to eventually become that guy. Now, I'm not saying that he won't become the guy. I'm not saying he won't become the guy. He can't become the guy, but I don't think those are the plans. I do think they at least want to give him an opportunity to see if he really can become the guy. But I truly, guys, I don't think that was the plan at all. Keep in mind, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to when Matt Ryan got traded to the Colts, right? When Ryan got traded to the Colts, we immediately signed Mariota. Well, let me back up. Let's go back. When Ryan got traded to the Colts, we didn't have any quarterbacks on the roster at that point in time. You know, of course, we did sign Mariota right after that, but just at the moment Ryan was traded, we didn't have any quarterbacks on the roster. And I know somebody said, well, yeah, we have Felipe Franks. With all due respect to Felipe Franks, he can't play the quarterback position. He's a gimmick quarterback. He's an emergency quarterback. He can't hit the side of a barn throwing. And I mean that with all due respect, you know, but I'm just keeping it real. So when Ryan got traded, there were no quarterbacks on his roster. So naturally, we went and signed Mariota. Still don't have any true backup quarterback. So I think the plans were, especially with Mariota's injury history, hey, let's spend a modest emphasis on the word modest. Let's spend a modest draft pick and get a young backup quarterback. Enter Desmond Ridder. Because if you remember their first year, Arthur Smith's first year, we went and got Josh Rosen, as a backup, and he was terrible. He couldn't run Arthur Smith's system, and also at that time, we didn't have any money really to spend on a quality backup. We were like rubbing together nickels and pennies at the time. So we really didn't have the money to go give a backup quarterback $3 to $7 million a year. So it made financial sense and also common sense. Hey, let's just go into the draft, third round, maybe fourth round. Let's get us a young quarterback who fits the prototype that can run my system. Speaking as Arthur Smith would probably was thinking at the time, instead of trying to find a backup. So that gets Desmond Ridder in Atlanta. Again, I don't think no general manager, I don't think any head coach drafts a quarterback in today's NFL with the intentions of him being the guy. Now, if it happens, cool. And I'm not saying they're not going to give him a chance, but I see it like going to the casino in Vegas with $100 in your pocket and walking out with $5,000 in your pocket. Hey, if we take this little gamble and we win, okay, cool. We look like a genius, but the plans is not. He's not gonna. We didn't plan enough for him to be the next Matt Ryan, the next Mike Vick, because if so, he would have saw the field already. Period. Now, if they would have drafted a first-round quarterback in this past draft, who went first? Kenny Pickett. He would already be on the field, because when you're drafting in the first round for a quarterback, okay, you're drafting with the intentions. You're drafting with the purpose. You're drafting with the plans of this guy being here, this being your guy for the next 8 to 17 years. This is my franchise quarterback. We scouted this guy. We interviewed this guy. We talked to this guy. We love this guy. But in the third round, you're not doing it in the third round. And I'm sorry, nobody can convince me otherwise. And again, I want to make myself clear. I'm not saying that Desmond Ridder can't still be that guy. But that was not the intentions. That's why, even with Mariota struggling badly, that's why Arthur Smith is obviously in no hurry to put him in the game. I think that's a big reason why. And I know somebody's probably thinking, well, what about Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson also wasn't drafted to be that guy. If you remember, Seattle gave Matt Flynn a 3-year, $20 million contract. They drafted Russell Wilson back in, I think it was 2012. I think that was the year 2012. They drafted him for depth. Period. He was a depth guy. Matt Flynn was the guy. And also, I think that's kind of the same thing for Desmond Ridder. And I know somebody's probably thinking, well, what about Tom Brady, greatest quarterback in the world? He has 30 million Super Bowls. Tom Brady got in the game due to injury. If Drew Bledsoe doesn't get injured, Tom Brady, as we know him, probably never happens. Period. Tom Brady played due to freak injury. Period. You're definitely not drafting the quarterback in the 6th and 7th round with the intention of him being the next guy. But I just wanted to say that because we got to wait to see how this season plays out, because in my opinion, in my mind, I still don't think it's off the table that they go into the next year's draft and still get a quarterback in the first round. I don't think that idea is off the table. A lot of that is going to depend how the Falcons finish the season. If Ridder does get in and how he plays, if Ridder doesn't look good, he's not going to have a long leash. He's only a third-round draft pick, and I say that respectfully. But if he's slow to start, if he gets out there and struggles, they're not going to hesitate to go get a quarterback in the first round, because at that point they know we got to go and get our guy. We got to get our guy here. You know, you can't be year 3, year 4 as a new head coach, a new GM, and you still ain't got your guy. So if Desmond Ridder doesn't come out on fire, if he starts out slow, don't be surprised to see the Falcons get a quarterback in the first round. Even if they have to move up in the draft and get one of those guys, don't be surprised. And I know, trust me, I know just as well as you guys do, we need defense. But you know what? We're going to have anywhere from $80 to $90 million of cap space next offseason. So we can go buy some defensive help if we have to. It's easier to spend money to buy a defense than it is to spend money to buy a quarterback. You know, quality quarterbacks don't go into free agency. Don't be confused. So just wanted to come on and say that, because Desmond Ridder, Marcus Mariota, that has really been a talking point within our Falcons fan base. And from day one, I never thought that they went into the third round with the plan of Desmond Ridder being their guy. You just don't do that. You don't draft quarterbacks in the third round and you're planning for them to be your franchise guy. Now, if it happens, cool. Fontenot looks like a genius. Arthur Smith looks like a genius. But trust me, guys, that was not the plan. We needed a quarterback at the time. We needed some depth at the time. Hence, drafting him in the third round, and he doesn't cost you a lot. It doesn't affect your salary cap a lot, because we really didn't have any money at the time going back that last year when we got Desmond Ridder on this team. But that's all I really got about that subject, y'all, because, again, this has been a real big talking point these last 2 weeks with Marcus Mariota struggling. And I just don't, no GM, no head coach takes a third rounder with the intention and the purpose of them being their guy. But I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I've talked your head off enough. Again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the like button. And I'll talk to y'all when I talk to y'all again.